I am currently skeptical that mid-range decks without a combo finish are playable in Standard currently. So far, the mid-range decks that we've played have felt like they were good if they had Grey Merchant to kill people. This is a build that has some aggressive elements. So like something that's nice about this build is you play Kroxa on 2, it dies. You play Calls the Dead on 3, and then you can escape Kroxa on 4, which is a relatively aggressive start. So that plus Phoenix plus Tech Giant, maybe we have enough pressure here to like be an aggressively slanted mid-range deck, but we'll see. This is kind of just like good red and black cards. So let's go ahead and dive on into a match here with this or two and see how it goes. I'm really sorry. I know a bunch of you just watched an ad. I didn't restart the client during my last thing. It's just 2 seconds. Otherwise, it's going to be real bad while we play. That's funny. So my M2 actually reloaded Arena so quickly after I closed it out that it gave me an error saying I was already logged in because it didn't log me out from my other client disconnecting. I think I'm in for the 4th land. Mire Triton is a card we played in a Sultai deck as well. I think there's a chance this card's constructed playable. The fact that it gains you life is good against aggro, and it flips over stuff for this really nicely. So it mills us 2 and gains us 2 life, and it has Death Touch. So against aggressive decks, it blocks nicely. Well, you could say we hunger for death, chat. Cast my Raven's Crime. My Raven's Crime Plus. So we've got 3 cards in the bin currently. We need Kroxa plus 5 other cards to escape him. Fabled Passage is another freebie. Not surprised to see a Teferi come down here. Bouncing Mire Triton while I have Kroxa in the bin seems interesting. I guess it technically leaves their Teferi around, but like... So I'm going to replay this. I think we just stomp all over Teferi here. We have 6 cards in our bin now, so I can escape this next turn if we'd like. Now remember, escape is an alternative cost, so my opponent can counterspell my escape. That's something we're going to think about with our sequencing. Maybe I should put the temple by itself. I don't know. It could also be right here to like stomp their thing and play a giant rather than letting them trade and playing this. I guess Kroxa also isn't stellar in the face of 3-mana Teferi. Like 3 mana Teferi just sends him back to your hand. That being said, if we get to attack, he also makes him discard when he attacks too, which is great. Kroxa's trigger is worded the way it's worded because if they don't have a hand, it still deals 3 damage to them. So it's worded that way because if their hand is empty, it 3-balls them. I'm playing Kroxa before I Agonizing Remorse here because I don't want them to make their discard decision knowing that they're about to lose the best card in their hand. I got 4 cards in my bin currently, but that 4 counts these 3 Kroxas. So I technically need to get 2 more cards in the bin. We don't currently have a good way to beat the Trawler, so we'll put the Conqueror's Death by itself face down. They're playing Hero. Okay, makes sense. And they're only at 6 here, so we'll stomp that. And then Phoenix sounds great, huh? Smack you to 4. We can Murderous Rider their Murderous Rider, so they can't life gain with it. I think this card's super reasonable. Alright, so do I Rider them? I think I just play 2 Giants, huh? Yeah, because both of these are lethal, and they have to, like, take damage to kill them. This escapes for only 3, which is great. We played this card. The Pioneer deck we played this morning was kind of bad, but this card was good in it. We have a Kai's Wrath. This is the second one of those. That makes sense. I think I'd rather them take the Rider and the Fabled Passage. I don't know, it's pretty close. Like, the Rider's a 2/3 here. If they play the Rider as a 2/3, they're dead to an untapped land. Because Phoenix escapes, and then I can pump it if I draw an untapped land. So this escapes for 4, and then you can pay 3 to give it 2 extra power. Yeah, there really isn't a mind game portion to Atros. I think that's overstated, but it is just like a genuinely good card. Something to know that's good about Agonizing Remorse, it frequently shows you their graveyard first. just force them to trade off here. You can't count Sterak. This costs 4 plus 3 to activate. I only have 6 mana. Or they did if we murdered Rider. Oh, that way. Yes. No? Yes. 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 Didn't matter, no Justice Stream. Yeah, so I could have discard spelled, taken their thing, murdered the Rider, and then attacked with 2 4s. That's it. That's why the details matter. So Libation, I think, actually comes in here because it kills their stupid trawler, right? Eat to Extinction seems a little slow and clunky. I don't really get value out of exiling anything in their deck. It gets Hippocamp, and it gets, I don't know that Hippocamp really helps you, though. Being if your combo has not been re-added to the queue, no. My other trims here. This is too many Doomblades. Maybe I don't want this many Edicts. Maybe 5 is too many. Yeah, I mean, obviously hero tokens are good to go around it, but, like, I literally just die to Trawler if it comes into play. So, like, having a way to, like, take Trawler out of play seems pretty important. Yeah, I guess we could just ditch Triton. This doesn't trade well with their hero tokens. Having a little bit of mill from it is good, but yeah, Triton's probably the cut. Do this. It definitely can, Greg. As a heads up, just for people in general, I want to get to some historic again with the new set, so I'm taking tomorrow off to catch back up on life after streaming a bunch this weekend, and then Wednesday, my arena segment's going to be historic, but we will be back on standard Thursday and Friday here in Hooklandia. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Navier. Sure. Mana's a little bit awkward, but hand's fine otherwise. I don't know what color I want to get with this yet. I think I just wait. Lumbering Falls. Another month of me watching your stream more than any other entertainment services. Hey, thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, definitely, Dude Light. Noted. Which deck did you donate for, New England Savage? If it was a standard deck, there's a real chance it got played already.
I have a plan.
Just as a heads up. Unless you donated last night. Last night I might have missed it. I haven't had anything that happened while I was sleeping last night. Yeah, that hasn't been added yet. No, nothing, no issues from you. I just, like, went to sleep at, like, 10 o'clock last night and then woke up this morning and, like, went live basically after getting the kids out of the house. I think I'm grabbing second red here with Phoenix and Giant in my hand. Immediately punished. Socio Penguin, thanks for the tip. Well, we'll be doing Vanafear most standard days, I bet. I'm also going to take the time to write a primer for Vanafear tomorrow, too, I think. Stamp it. Thanks for the 12 months. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. All right, what direction? How do I want to try and kill this Teferi? I think I start with Phoenix of Ash. I guess their hero deck's probably not likely to have Absorb, right? They could have Veto, though. This is a really inefficient way to kill this mana-wise, though. The problem is, if they have a removal spell, Teferi lives here. I suppose there's already 4 cards in my graveyard, though.
Let's try this.
So I guess I just get to escape this and hit them next turn, huh? Oh, Liliana's an answer to Trawler too. Huh. Maybe she's better than I've been thinking. She might be worth playing as more than one of. In a world where Trawler exists in these other decks.
This isn't a fight. I'll protect you.
Okay, they're almost out of resources here, right? Ooh. I am really surprised they didn't just jam Trawler there. I guess they wanted to protect it from edicts. Solid dabs. Thanks, Quintana. Kanata. Yep. Gosh, I guess this ult's next turn already? Like, shoot. Are we dead to the Ashiok ult? It did, yeah, it hadn't occurred to me. I was like, we're kind of okay, but like, Ashiok gets to like... Like, they could just throw these 2/3s away, too, to try and find more. But, like, they could already just, like, double discard me, plus get a Phoenix, right? I cast the Murderous Rider, so that way they couldn't Murderous Rider me.
All your fears are given form.
I believe canon on Ashiok is they. I don't know offhand. I guess if I block with these, they die to Cry. So I'm going to leave Giant back so that I'm going to not block with this. So that way I don't lose this to Cry. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Yeah, Shiakul's just going to do it in. Bring the Extinctions back in. The Mana Fear deck was awesome again. It went back in the queue, and I think I'm gonna write a primer for Cool Stuff Inc. I'm gonna message my editor now. He's never told me no before, but nope, nothing significant. We ended in a good place yesterday. It's the kind of deck that it definitely benefits from an instruction manual. Perfect. Although I might just Phoenix them next turn. We'll see. They might also discard spells and take the choice away. I think I'm just doing this. I might decline making a zombie next turn so I can cast Kroxa.
You'll thank me later. Here we go.
You know, I'm gonna make another zombie here and just play the Phoenix, I think. Nice, Beer Bunker. Good to see her doing some more magic stuff. He's another F2K person. Good content creator, too. I watched a bunch of her stuff when I did some Hearthstone last year. Alright, so we get to go... we get to do this, and then I have to decide... would I rather Call the Dead or Murderous Rider? They got rid of the discard spell, that's interesting. I think I'd rather Call the Dead with all these escape cards I have in the bin. I have 7 cards in there right now, so like, if I Call the Dead, I potentially make more zombies, and I stand to like do these multiple times. No, that's Alias V. Okay. It's an aggressive attack. Do we think they have Time Wipe here? Feels like they have Time Wipe. Yep. Maybe the pump's a little aggressive there. Yeah, pump's probably a little aggressive. Team America, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We're probably just going to stomp on Atris here. Got 12 cards in the bin. That's like a Phoenix. And remember, some of these are going to get exiled. So like that 12 counts these. So I have like these plus 10. That's terrifying. Need a Angrath Rampage or a Pharika's now. Well, shoot. I guess I can tap this for a turn and not let them draw. Is that what I'm into? I guess this also kind of has parity against it, though. And it deals more damage than that deals. You want to prioritize exiling non-creature, non-enchantment cards first, because Tiamat Calls the Dead explicitly cares about enchantments and creatures. They have 7 cards in the bin. That's a real good one. Yeah, it's really possible we want... It's really possible we want more of this card. I think a second one of these. I've got 3 libations on the board. I think I want a second one of these. What's the thing with getting timed out just for funsies? Yeah, it's kind of a channel meme. It started way back in the day because when this chat wasn't sub only, as a way to kind of police the chat and make it be less obnoxious, I would frequently time people out for just kind of lazy comments or low effort comments. I actually occasionally do that to people with swords too, because they've been here a while. And it used to make people really upset that they would get timed out for making a low effort comment. Like, to the point where, like, if you go back and, like, read messages from people, there's a lot of people very, very pissed off. Oh, did they think, are they dead to this? So you're dead? Did they do it too? Did they think we had someone do that earlier. They thought this was gonna kill Kroxa. Yeah, I think they thought this was gonna kill Kroxa. Oh, they were just in a bad spot regardless. But like, it used to upset people a lot. So, the channel regulars, to make fun of those who would write entire paragraphs about how this was a fascist regime and we hated their freedom of speech, started asking for timeouts to make fun of those people who thought not being able to chat for 10 minutes was the end of the world. Huh? Yeah, Dreadhorde General seems very reasonable against these Trawler decks. I don't know that I want to fit her into the main. The original submission had 1 in the main. I think that's a little bit too chunky in general, but 2 in the board for the Trawler matchup seems really good. Alright, let's dive on into another one here after adding another Liliana to the board. I'll see if we can find a Simic deck and see how that feels. Hey, thanks, Elvis. Yeah, seeing sweet. The Kroxa calls the dead curve is just real good. You are at 99 plus, big monster. Fabled Passage, also a great way to incidentally use the escape cards. New standard gets some real good numbers, yep. Yeah, my arena content numbers had like pitched way off a cliff at the end of last season, which I can't say I blame too many people. and the last standard was kind of stains. For a while before this set had dropped, we were having comparable numbers for Magic Online and Magic Arena. Maybe I'm not supposed to make zombies here because if they're playing Temur Reclamation, I think there's a good chance they have like Flame Sweep. So if I exile this, I only have 4 other cards left, but the Fabled Passage makes 5. So I can make a zombie here, crack Passage, bring the Titan back. With the Fabled Passage, we can still escape on 4. By that logic, isn't time spent streaming Magic Online a loss for you since Arena yields more viewers with the exception of last season? Akamadal, thank you for the subgifties. I appreciate that. Welcome. To a degree, I mean, there's part of a reason why I charge a premium for Magic Online decks too. So like, if you look at the Magic Online deck queue and you look at how many points each of those decks has on them compared to what the points of the standard deck queue is, that balances out a little bit too. Like at the end of the day, viewer count equates to a little bit more money, but the bulk of my revenue here is subs, and a large majority of my subs say they enjoy Pioneer content. I think the last sub poll had Pioneer above standard by like 5%. He plans to do Legends of Runeterra content. As long as Magic allows me to do this as a full-time job, I don't plan to branch out into other non-Magic games. Riot also isn't particularly lovely as a company. So if I can avoid doing their games, I'd like to avoid that. What's her out to Hushbringer? Assassin's Trophy. Trophy's great. What are the bottom line for subs and viewers for how many sustainability of streaming? I mean, everybody has different costs depending on where they live and what they need to get out of it. For me personally, my like full-time number to be able to make sense to have this be a job as opposed to finding other work is about 1,500 concurrent subscribers. I also live in cornfields though, so like someone, yeah, we're about double that. My current concurrent subscriber count is thanks to Wintermute 44 now exactly 2,700. So unless I think I'm just gonna play this out as a 2-3 here. Like, I have this as another removal spell, I just want to kill them faster. So unless I was in danger of, like, falling below 1,500, I'm probably not going to look into branching out anywhere. That's, yeah, okay. Okay, not Wilderness Reclamation, something sweeter. Maybe also Wilderness Reclamation? I'm not used to being the bad guy, chat. Streaming is a 1099 gig, and a large portion of why I'm able to do what I do too is because, like, for people that aren't familiar, my wife works a traditional job. So like one of the things we've talked about a lot on stream related to politics is Medicare for all. Like the number of concurrent subs, if my wife's job didn't provide us with health insurance, would probably be, I don't know, 2,000 or maybe even 2,500. Because like the amount it costs to have reasonable health insurance in the United States is astronomical. Like my wife's benefit system tells you how much they pay for it, and her company pays over 20 grand a year between what her premiums are and what they pay for her health insurance. Hey, Belvin, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. My opponent's got some options, chat. Alright, so we're hoping to draw another Bonecrusher and punk them out here then? Yes, Medicare for all would be incredibly beneficial to anybody who's an independent contractor or anybody who works for or it owns their own small business. It takes an incredible burden off the employer and allows smaller businesses to be able to be competitive with larger companies. Good chance we're dead next turn. Would be really surprised if we're not. All right, yeah, gotta be super dead, right? Factor Fiction, thanks for the 3 months. Just had a huge medical bill come through, and insurance covered 99% of it. Everyone deserves this. Thanks for having a little empathy. The screw you, I got mine is definitely one of the biggest problems in the world we live in today. Just because you had to suffer doesn't mean other people should too. That's actually a really good thought, Tom. I'm gonna be honest, we were chatting and my mind blanked on that. My thought was I wanted to hold this in case they had a removal spell, but you're right, if the stomp put them to 2, so they couldn't actually kill this. Hey, thanks for the bits, Nightstar. Yeah, same, Belvins. I worked 40 to 60 hours a week through undergrad, and I would never wish that upon anyone. And I worked 40 to 60 hours a week through undergrad, and I had a full scholarship to the university I went to, and I went to community college before that, and I still had to work more than full time to not take student loans. Like, just not, and that was a decade ago, right? More than, God, I'm old. That was 13 years ago. Well, I guess I finished undergrad 10 years ago. That's a decade-ish. You are not currently sub Jay the Mind Sculptor, but part of the reason I give swords is because if people subbed for 12 months and then can't sub anymore for whatever reason, they can still chat as a mod sword. I am 29 as of this month. Yeah, correct. Wow, they're just dead. I'm not quite sure what their deck is doing, but I feel like if they lost from that position, they might want to consider throwing it out. Hey, an anonymous ghosty doling out a sub-gifty. Listen, I have 2 small children. Small children age you a decade each, okay? That's all I'm saying. I am basically 49. And I play an angry old man on TV, so I'm ready for it. Chat, our red-black deck can kill their enchantments, chat. We've waited so long for this, chat. My red-black deck can kill their enchantments. It's so exciting. For those of you that are newer to Magic, black has never been able to interact with enchantments before. This card's a real big deal. Like, that. I think this card should be in a lot of black decks. It's an edict for Dream Trawler, and like taking enchantments off the table is also good. Can Grixis come out of its hole? Maybe. To set a low bar, that card probably makes Grixis better than it was. To clear an incredibly low bar. It's alive. Sweet, this hand's absurd. It's got the Kroxa into Tiamat, into Kroxa, into enchantment removal. This is probably one of our better starts here. Yeah, I think I'll keep the extra one, just take cards out of their hand. And 1/10 of my small loan of $1 million shillings. Excellent. I'm interested. That reminds me, I need to message my Twitch rep and ask him about a shillings log, because I feel like I don't want to be surprised when I have to give out how many shillionaires next year. I don't want it to be like suddenly like, hey, surprise! There's gonna be a dozen 100-pointers. Yeah, I think I want to make zombies. I might not make a zombie next time. If I make a zombie next time, I can't Kroxa. Vanafear was awesome. Vanafear was really, really good today. What does Shillionaire do? Shillionaires get a custom Discord role with their own title, and they also get to add a deck to the queue with 100 points, which generally means it'll get played the next day. I just make them discard 2 cards. If they have a counterspell here, I'm super sad. I think I just make them discard. We did replay the Vanaphir deck, and it was immediately added back to the queue with enough points to be played again. So there's probably a good chance we play that most streams moving forward. Maybe if I was planning to do this, I probably should have made a zombie this turn. Screw me, there's a Shillionaire title, I should stop. I hit return early, there's a Shillionaire title, I should stop. Highlighting things there. No, the reason why the Vanaphir deck is good is because it has a combo kill. So I want them to discard a card before I kill this, because I don't want them to make the decision about what they discard, knowing they're about to lose an enchantment. This card's really good. Like, draw 2 or counter a spell is super flexible. Yeah, the employer subsidized part of healthcare is a math part a lot of people don't understand that's used as FUD against Medicare for all. Like, if my wife made another 20 grand per year instead of their employer paying that to a health insurance company, our taxes would have to go up by like, gosh, they'd have to go up by like 15 to 20% for us to break even what we're paying now, right? And our taxes realistically won't go up that much. Medicare for all would save normal people in the middle class incredible amounts of money, which is why companies that make insane profits off the for-profit healthcare industry spend millions of dollars per year lobbying against it and playing video ads against it. If we spend points that become the Shillionaire, we no longer have a Shillion points. In other words, we drop back to pleb levels. We're not actually the 1%. Oh, no. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Terminal. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, wait, the Sultai Vanaphir is definitely my favorite. As always, if you're looking for a selection of favorites, I tag a favorite or two every single day on my website there. Which, if you're someone that hasn't kept up with everything I've streamed, we've been live for like 50 hours or something close to that in the last 4 or 5 days. Tomorrow, when I'm off, you should definitely check out my YouTube channel on my website. Wiggles STD? Is that Wiggles TD or Wiggle STD? I feel like those could have drastically different meanings. At any rate, thanks for the Prime support. Alright, so pretty sure we just stomped the Crusader here. We don't want them having an endless flow of cards. Their deck has a much lower curve than ours, so they'll leverage those extra cards better than we will. Hey, thanks for the 43 months, Brian. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Huh? Their hand is so full of cards right now. I think I just played Bonecrusher. They stumbled, so we're probably okay here. Can we use Shillionaire status to enjoy Lantern control? No, you cannot. 0% chance that's allowed. We did, dude. Light. I'm gonna trade here if they offer it. Invest your shillings with me. I won't waste them, I promise. I don't know if I believe you, Jin. We actually haven't triggered this guy yet. Oh, that's true. Lantern Control's not even playable. God, banning Mox was so good for Magic. Mox was such a good ban, chat. That's not even playable anymore, chat. God bless us, everyone. You know what? I've had a lot of bad things to say about Modern Horizons, but like, Modern Horizons got Mox Opal and Faithless Looting banned. So can it really be that bad? Can it really be that bad if it got those two cards banned? Maybe I'm actually supposed to keep that so I can double 3-mana spell next turn. I guess I can 2+3 next turn. Yeah, they banned Mox Opal and Oko last week. We're actually gonna play Modern again for the first time on stream Wednesday morning. They're about to take us to Cleveland, I think. Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Ooh, Mire Triton. That's exciting. Oh, that's a... Alright, so I think I Agonizing Remorse to take a peekaboo. Huh? I think I just take that. And then I'm planning to just Rider here, right? Hey, nice Draven. Do I want to stomp Gutterbones? I don't think I do, because this zombie is worth a point of life next turn and a scry. So like keeping it around only costs me 1 life. So I think that's fine. Oh, you're right, Steric. This is light up the stage. I totally could have saved the swamp too even and like played the temple. Yeah, you're right. I haven't played with this card enough. Yeah, you're right. I didn't give them a chance to make a mistake. I don't think they pump even if I block, because I'm still dead, right? Maybe they would. No, you're right. Maybe they would. This guy's off the chain, chat. Bezos needs less money, have some of his. Thanks, Great Germ, I appreciate it. Prime subs are identical to tier 1 subs for a Twitch streamer. I see the same $3.50 from a tier 1 sub or a Prime sub. It's tree fitty, yep. Annabelle Sphere, welcome to Hoaglandia. There's a lot of great people you can send that to every single month. Thanks for sending it my way this month and keeping me around. Okay. Huh? Yeah, I'm going to do a write-up on the Vanafear deck tomorrow. I don't know when exactly it'll publish. It'll probably be up later this week or early next week. It depends on when they can fit it in. Because I don't write every week for Cool Stuff Inc. anymore. So just like, I just have an open door invitation from them, which is great. Oh, you did AdCom twice? Wait, did you just break the AdCom command? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how this is supposed to work. Let's do that. They have a Murderous Rider here. Usually they publish pretty quickly. A lot of the time I send them something and they publish it the next day. Another Calls the Dead here is actually incredibly good. This has been a really impressive game for this deck. I like what this one is doing. We haven't played against Simic yet, which is unfortunate. So like, I'm not sure what it looks like there. And like next turn, this Calls the Dead is gonna pop off and gain us a bunch of life. In fact, I should turn off auto-ordered triggered abilities. The third chapter gains X life and scries X the number of zombies we control is. So we're theoretically going to gain 5, scry 5 next turn. Not that it really matters. The Kroxa is going to kill them. But gum to board up really nice. This card's, in a lot of ways, it's like a more controlling history of Benalia, huh? I feel like this is probably not a Phoenix matchup. I don't really need to be aggressive here. I'd rather be unearthing Kroxa. I don't think Libation's good enough here. Let's bring in the Disfigures for the Phoenixes. Maybe I don't want Agonizing Remorse. I probably prefer cards that play to the board. Remorse is probably okay. I guess Remorse was only okay there because they stumbled so much. Maybe Libation is better than Remorse. Put like one Liliana at the top end for when the game goes long. Let's try that. Libation does kill Rotting Regisaur, which is important. Regisaur kills us real quick. Is there no way to destroy Embercleave in our 75? I don't currently. Maybe that's a mistake. Do we get enough devotion for Tiamat to block me? Well, we don't. He's there as a piece of pseudo graveyard hate, for the most part. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute for that. Usually I mute when I type quickly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Real decks have curves. Wingding 3, welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Little bit mana heavy, but definitely need the second black source, especially with the Murderous Rider drawn here. Wait, what? Sure. Oh, Rampage kills Cleave. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's free to equip. Okay. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Picking up what you're putting down. Let's stop this before they get a trigger. Javier is not happy with us. Bringing us the business. Think I'm just doing this. Yeah, just supposed to kill their stuff. I'm just gonna kill their stuff. Just gonna Rider, kill one of these champions, enter combat. We'll take one from the other. He's like a little baby Titan. Lily baby Titan. Yeah, I think we're just on the like, this is an instant, right? Yeah, just kill all their things plan. I wonder what's in there. Their hand must just be removal spells, right? There's really no reason for you to play threats out and hope they can block. So this exiles their thing, and then we get to surveil one. I think aggro will have a place for them. I think combo aggro. Oh, I just get to bin that, right? I guess I don't have that many things in my graveyard. Now I'm going to leave that on top, and then next turn we can go Kroxa plus Call the Dead. Watch your swords, mods. Just want to avoid severely needing reminders. Yeah, so generally speaking, for whatever reason, even if they reuse a previous ability, they don't use the name on that ability again, which is kind of awkward. I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, Landfall, for instance, is an ability that they don't reuse for whatever reason, but I really think would be fine to reuse. It's pretty descriptive, what it is. Easy exile on that. Oh, that's the second Calls the Dead. I think I just want to escape this. We'll go escape this, play a tapped land. The upside to playing the other Calls the Dead here is this Calls the Dead would gain an extra life. Yeah, we've had a good run so far today. It's the quality of the games in this format. When nobody's playing Simic are really high, and the quality of the game, and when you're playing against people playing the ramp decks, I feel like we're not playing the same format. Like, it feels like my opponent's playing Pioneer and I'm playing Standard when my opponent's playing Simic ramp. For that. Well, I guess I'm milling it, so it doesn't really matter. Do I want to just mill it? It says lifelink and trample. This card really does not seem very good. That's true. The Mana Fear deck kind of feels like a modern deck sometimes. I think I'm just supposed to Call the Dead. And maybe I'm supposed to double call here. It might also be right to just like Bonecrusher. I want to fill the bin up, though, so I can Kroxa again eventually. This trades nicely with this, potentially. It's a rare equipment, it must be good. I don't know about that, boss. They're about to die to Embercleave. Maybe I should have just held this up. Maybe I'm just supposed to eat here to play around Cleave. Yeah. Like they did nothing for so long. Like they must have had Cleave, right? And I'm one short of being able to, yeah. Yeah, that was a punt on my part. Nah, it's a waste of my time. Also, like, they've banned multiple Simic decks in Pioneer. So, yeah. Like, blue-green is the thing that's had the most cards banned out of it in Pioneer. Just for reference for people that aren't familiar with that format. That can stay right there, because I would love to draw a removal spell, especially an instant speed one. Almost didn't bring that in, huh? Glad I did. So next turn, I'm going to get to make a third zombie, gain 3, scry 3, bring back Kroxa, hold this up. So I want to make a zombie first. That's why I turn it. You'll notice I checked to make sure auto order triggered abilities wasn't on. So I want to make sure I make a zombie before I gain life and scry. Again, want to prioritize exiling instant sorceries and lands because this explicitly cares about enchantments and creatures. Hey, thanks for the 24 months of support, Bingo. It's a long time. Yeah, Rider's a zombie, and this is a zombie too, which can be good with this. She left the lands on top to mill with Fisherman. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. Thank you for apologizing, Gorks. The art on this one is definitely something else. Punished for their sequencing. We actually could have been in trouble if they'd have done that the other way. Yeah, they realized their mistake. Oh gosh. Are we accidentally... Uh-oh. Is the Esper deck gonna slam us back down the ladder? We're currently winning by mistake. I think I like to end on a high note. We're gonna call that a day with this. We've been doing this one for about an hour 10. I think I was pretty happy with what this was doing. I feel like we have pretty good tools for the matchups that we were playing. I wish we had hit Simic a little bit, but I'm also kind of glad we didn't, because I don't currently feel hopeless or helpless with this deck, and not running into Simic is probably in part why that was, so, no. All right, what are we doing? So, up next, we've got some Esper Dance as the last deck of the day. Some Dance of the Man / Doom Foretold, or whatever you want to call it here. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad break and run to the restroom and flip everything over for this. We'll be back in just 3 minutes with some more action. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, BRB.